Hi, my name is Susan Quinnell. I am the Grief Services Manager at Friends of Citrus and the Nature Coast. Today I'm going to talk about a rather sensitive and difficult subject, which is making sense of suicide grief. Grief affects the mind, the body, and the soul. There are some grief reactions that are absolutely normal, and this includes suicide grief as well. These normal reactions are basically in three categories: emotional, physical, and cognitive. Emotional responses that you may experience include grief bursts, which are unpredictable, uncontrollable bouts of crying; anxiety, which can be mild anxiety to actually experiencing panic attacks. You may experience anger outbursts, being angry at God, at your family members, at yourself, and at the deceased. And of course, you're going to experience extreme sadness, depression, withdrawal, feelings of guilt and regret, irritability, restlessness, and moodiness. Physical reactions may include difficulty sleeping, both getting to sleep and staying asleep, or sleeping too much, a change in your eating habits, not eating, not having an appetite, or comfort eating. You may have body reactions such as muscle aches and pains, stomach upset, headaches. You may break out in a rash or hives. Being more accident prone and experiencing general weakness. And cognitively, you may find yourself experiencing what we call mashed potato brains, which includes having difficulty concentrating, extreme forgetfulness, memory loss, preoccupation with the loss, excessive worrying, inattentive, and being unmotivated. Along with normal reactions, suicide grief also has that unanswerable why question. So we try to answer it ourselves with I should have, I needed to, why didn't I? And we feel guilt, blame, and pain about the loss. But what we know with any loss, grief is a process. We do not get over grief like we get over a cold. Everyone moves at a different pace, and we all experience a very unique journey. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to help you start your journey by taking a look at a series of questions. What I would like for you to do is jot these questions down so that after this video is over, you can take your time and answer these questions on your own to help you start to understand your experience with this loss. The first question we're going to look at is what happened? Very often when there is a suicide, the police will be involved, there is an investigation, questions are asked, an autopsy may be performed. This process can have the effect of delaying our ability to begin our grief process. Even if we get a copy of the police report or the coroner's report, the facts may still not make sense. We can get overwhelmed. Please write about your own experience with this. Question 2, why did they do this? Sometimes it is possible to piece together enough to provide some type of explanation as to why this decision was made to die by suicide. But more often, even rational explanations don't satisfy the heart space that continues to have that why question. You may continue to ask yourself this question from time to time, maybe forever. Hopefully, you will be able to learn to live with the unanswerable questions. Question number 3, why didn't I see it and stop it? Sometimes a person contemplating suicide doesn't want anyone to see the signs, or the signs may be so subtle that even the most skilled professionals may have missed them. People who are determined to complete the act of suicide are likely to accomplish it, even in spite of our best efforts. Please write down your experience with this. Question 4, will someone else I care about commit suicide? It is a normal reaction after the death of a significant person in our life for bereaved people to become very overprotective of everyone else. Usually this is temporary, and we walk through that, but we are still fearful we might lose someone else we love. Another question for you to write about, what if I feel suicidal? It is not uncommon for bereaved people to say or think things like, I wish I was dead, or I can't go on. In most cases, this is just an expression of their sorrow. However, if you are concerned about your own feelings of depression, please speak with a close family member or a friend who can refer you to a professional that can help. Another question to ask yourself and write about, am I going crazy? Your feelings may be so intense at times that they frighten you. You may be having experiences that are very unusual for your normal. Well, these may not be normal for you most of the time, but they are usually normal for grief. But it's important for us to write about these things. The next question, what do we say to other people? Suicide deaths may appear to be less acceptable than some others. And although we may initially be tempted to give other reasons for the death, in the long term, it is best to just tell the truth. We can say things like, he took his own life, but I'm not ready to talk about that right now. Or, she died by suicide, but that's all I want to say at the moment. The next question to contemplate are sometimes going to be more difficult than others as I walk through this grief. We may experience anticipatory grief when we start to worry about how difficult a certain day will be, such as the anniversary of the death, birthdays, holidays. It's helpful if you plan ahead of time what you want to do on that day to remember and honor your loved one. And some days are just going to be more difficult than others with no explanation. This is the time to be gentle and nurturing to yourself and reach out to your support people. Allow yourself to feel. The next question, where did my family and friends go? Early on in our grief, people do reach out to us. We may not be able to accept the support or even talk about what is happening, so they tend to back off and give us space. Others may not even know what to say or how to help us. So it is up to us to let our support people know what we need and when we need it. And remember, not everyone, even some of our family, are going to be able to hang with you during this dark time in your life. Your best support may show up in people you meet during your journey. And the last question I'm going to ask you to explore, how long will this last? And the answer to that is as long as it takes. Everyone's grief journey is unique, and everyone walks it at a different pace. Please respect and honor your needs and be patient with your process. Find others who can do this with you. Friends of Citrus and the Nature Coast is here for you, helping people and healing lives. We can provide support through our many programs, such as our Grief Toolbox, the Compassionate Friends Support Group. We have a grief study. We provide telephone support and Zoom groups. Call our office at any time to speak with a grief specialist to determine the best care for your needs. Suicide loss is a difficult journey. Please let us help you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Beard, and I'm the Community Education Manager here at Friends of Citrus and the Nature Coast. We provide help, hope, and healing to people in grief, for anyone who has suffered a loss. Our organization serves people of all ages and stages of life through grief support groups, telephone support, children's grief camps like Camp Good Hope and Teen Encounter, online support, and other various wellness support programs. Our team is here for you, and we are working hard to provide these grief resources. Our work, however, depends upon your financial support. So please log on to our website, Facebook page, mail in, or call in your gift today. We thank you for your support.